Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of his Dark Materials, the Daemon-Cages. Lyra finds what she was looking for in the far north, but can she survive? So what she was looking for? Roger. And Daemon-Cages. So this is, I guess, where they try to separate the demon from their human. And I see here, it looks like her mother will be back in this episode from what the thumbnail is showing. As I said, it doesn't look like everyone has a demon. That mother let the cat in, and I was trying to figure out if the cat was the boy's demon or if they just had a cat. I mean, do these people have regular, looks like Lorik is just a regular animal, just a bear, talking bear. So are all the animals demons that are connected to humans, or are there just some animals that aren't? And Seraphina's bird definitely is a good addition, Eyes on the Sky. See, I was thinking when she was, talking and everything, I was thinking she could cast a spell to protect these guys. I know she was saying that not all the witches are on their side. But I thought if she's the most powerful of her coven, then she could cast a spell to protect these guys to make sure that when they go into battle, they don't die. But yeah, I have a feeling that Seraphina is going to come into play. Otherwise, she wouldn't be a part of the show. If the whole point was just that they're talking about a witch and here's her demon, and that was all she was going to do, they wouldn't even put her in the show. So obviously, Seraphina is going to play a role in it somehow. Is she in seasons 2 and 3? I don't know yet. But yeah, she's definitely going to play a role, and I'm guessing help out at some point. My guess is probably the finale. Let's get started. Yeah, they're going to wake up and find Lyra gone. Someone definitely saw her when she went to that other boat. Hi! I'm all staring at her. Jeez. There's Roger.
What happens to the children that leave this place? Where do they go?
To a place for more grown-up children, of course.
So they don't die? They don't cut their demons away?
Lizzie, this is a philosophical establishment, not a child chop house.
Right, sure.
Now, may I take my picture?
That is a good question. You saw the kids that were separated from their demons, and they're kind of like zombies. So, what's the next step? Do they then release the kids? Obviously they're trying to I don't even know really what they're trying to do to the kids. Experiments. Obviously they want to separate them from their demons, because their demons are kind of like their soul, I guess. But yeah, did they ever pet their demons? Because like I said, if mine was an Arctic fox, I would be petting it all the time. If it was a cat, I'd be loving on it and whatnot. So I'm just curious if they ever, cuddle up with their demons, pet their demons, or if it's, simply that their demons are just on their side. Because when they were running there, I was like, why don't their demons, since they're both like ferrets, why don't they just hop up on their shoulders? It would probably be easier to get away by doing that. Ooh, is that Seraphina's bird? Good. If that's Seraphina's bird, good. So if I can move, if I can move.
Here's to freedom and the conclusion of our work here.
Okay.
Since you were last here, 5 have survived. Mostly due to the new separator.
It's much more sophisticated than the previous model, and so has a much better survival rate.
Now the patient can be conscious during treatment.
You can tell he's having trouble. He doesn't want to do this. Yeah, do something.
With that door shut, we don't want to freeze the magnetic system now, do we?
So I'm wondering if maybe he's going to break from them, you know, help them escape and everything. Because, yeah, he seems like he doesn't agree with what's going on. And it's funny how now it's like they're conducting these experiments, but I mean, obviously something could change. But now that Marissa sees that it's Lyra, that kind of changes things a bit, you know? Now it's like, yeah, now it's personal.
What you said in that. Who told you what I was to you? Well, you know now. I can answer all your questions if you have any questions. I do. If I was trying to drug you, there are many other means to do so other than a drink. Come along, make you feel better.
You can understand her hesitancy, though, and she can't exactly trust you.
Good. I can guess the first question, and the answer.
Are you sure?
Grown-ups are infected so deeply that it's too late for them.
So they're trying to get
Condemned to a life of sin, guilt, and regret. This is for a better future.
So why are you trying to separate them from their
Life without
demons?
that will not be a better life. Your demons are wonderful companions and friends to you when you're young. But at the age that we call puberty, an age you're coming to very soon, darling, demons bring all sorts of troublesome thoughts and feelings. And that's what lets dust in. A little abrasion before that. You're never troubled again. If it was so good, you should have let them do it. You should have been glad. Every boundary in experimental theology requires the sacrifice of the few for the many. Once we've ironed out the teething problems, this will change the world.
So,
Until then,
separating kids from their
that
demons?
equipment is not suitable for you. For others? Billy Costa. Right. Fortunate. Well, I will find those people responsible. That's you! Lyra, I need you to understand that I have taken on this extraordinarily hard job for the benefit of all. This is what I can give. This is my calling. And I am sorry if me being who I am has done you damage.
Bullshit.
One day, you'll see all I've done to right this world for you. I come to be found.
Yeah, she looks really happy.
Lyra, dear, I believe the Master of Children College gave you something before you left his care.
Leave the elder.
Isn't that right? And if there's one thing that man doesn't need, it's more ways to do damage.
She's so
I know he told you
manipulative.
not to tell me about it, and I know you're not the soul to break your word.
Yeah, where is the Aletheometer? The stores are closed.
But now is the time to choose a son. Now is the time to choose who you belong to.
She's not going to choose you.
Once and for all. You saved me. He didn't.
I don't think she believes her.
And you're my mother.
She's as manipulative as her. She's manipulating her the way, same way she's
I have your word.
manipulating Lyra.
You have been careful, haven't you? Soldered.
I did not think that that one doctor was going to die because he seemed like he might have been like changing his mind, you know? Like maybe he was going to help. But that's what I'm saying. I don't totally trust Marissa's monkey. I have a feeling he might at some point betray her. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm thinking these people with their demons, they can't be very the demons can't necessarily agree with what they're doing. Ring is off now. She's not. I'm sure she got the door stuck at home right there. Oh no, wait, she's still on. So then what is Will's point? If she's more important than even she knows, what's his point? What's he supposed to do about it? Does he kind of like counter her? You know, is she supposed to be like a beacon for peace and he's a beacon for evil, and you know, they have to work together, you know, kind of like on Supernatural, how they had the darkness and the light, you know, they need to counterbalance. Is he her brother? Because as I said, we're going to have someone else coming in here that's going to be related to her, since we've already found mom and dad. There's going to be a sibling, I feel. So is that what's going to happen?
Poor little things can't even speak anymore.
So what do they do with the demons? Can they...
Different.
Those we made it much harder for them.
That's true. Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. It's right there. That's how you're going out bullets.
Cliff gasts. I hate cliff gasts. Hold tight. Little turbulent. Yorick, see any more out there? No, it's clear. Your shooting must have improved, eh?
I bet. That was clear. Yeah, you're kind of fucked. Yeah, I was gonna say, something's gonna happen. You're gonna cry. And he just lost his gun. We know Lyra's gonna be okay, so I'm not worried about it. So that was great, the pivotal moment, and then all the Egyptians came in. And as I said, I knew we were gonna see Seraphina, because I was like, there's gonna be something with her. And she must have been covered in dust, which it didn't register at first, you know, when she was going through, and then there was like dust particles. I was like, dust. So again, maybe they explain in the books, I'm sure they do. And maybe they do explain here later. You know, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. But when they're separated from their demons, we see that the kids are zombies. And it seems like Marissa wanted that because she was talking about, you know, when you get older, you hit puberty. Maybe it's like, maybe the demons kind of become like demons. And that's what kind of brings in, you know, sin, where you start drinking, sex, stuff like that. Maybe she regrets the affair with Azrael, and so she wanted to, you know, maybe it has something to do with that. That's just a guess. And so she figures if she can separate them, then the kids will maybe stay innocent all their lives. But then they become zombies, basically, because they have that intense connection, because they're basically tearing apart their soul. So again, can they kind of refuse with their demons? I mean, they took the demons, so, but maybe that was just because they're separate lives, you know. If they can't, can they get another demon? Can the demons get someone else if they can't reconnect with that? And if not, then what happens? You know, did the demons just go off and do things by themselves? And again, this is probably explained, and hopefully it'll be explained here, because obviously these guys know. But, you know, Marissa was kind of saying that, and I'm thinking, so is maybe she thinking at some point she's going to try to separate from her monkey, you know? Because I don't like the way she treats them. Personally, I'm not a fan of monkeys, but I don't like how she is treating it, you know? Like when she kind of slapped it upside the head and everything. That was, no, you don't do that. I feel like the monkey might try to betray her. Maybe I'm wrong. And she might separate from it, because I think maybe that's the ultimate goal, is she would separate. But then it's like, well, if your demon brings in sin and stuff, why did choose a monkey? Why did choose a gibbon? Like, so yeah, I'm just wondering how that's going to work, the demons, you know. And now, well, Lyra fell, because next episode says now alone, so obviously Lyra will reconnect with them eventually. But when she got on the balloon, Roger was with her, so I thought, well, at least that's good that she gets Roger with her, you know. And I thought, boy, that's got to be a reinforced balloon if it's able to carry a polar bear, because polar bears are what, 600-800 pounds? Like, it's a pretty. I was worried that Lee was going to do something that was going to cause the hot air balloon to start falling out of the sky and crashing. I mean, maybe it isn't because, you know, it's magical, stuff like that. But I also kind of wonder, why didn't Serafina warn him? You know, she was giving him that pep talk and everything. Oh, you know, she's important, but you're important because you have to protect her, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, but couldn't you have, like, warned him that they were going to be flying into something? No? You couldn't? All right. And obviously, you can't trust Marissa. Although she did kind of see when, you know, the kids were getting free and the gypsies were fighting, or Egyptians were fighting, and she did just kind of, instead of, you know, like coming out and doing anything, she just kind of retreated. So maybe she was like, all right, maybe she realized her project is done. I didn't expect that one doctor to die, mainly because it seemed like he was starting to have second thoughts and come around. And I thought, well, maybe he might be one that may end up joining the Egyptians and going off with them. Apparently not. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 6 of the first season of His Dark Materials. I am loving this show. I cannot wait to finish the first season next time. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and of course, hit that notification bell so you will be alerted when episode 7 posts. I hope you are all having a great day, a great week, a great month. I hope that this year is full of nothing but joy and happiness for every one of you. May you all get everything that you want and desire this year. All good things for you. Much, much love. And I will see you guys next time for episode 7. Take care.